like.
Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? It is another winging show.
Fuck that. There's no winging.
It's 1:30 something in the morning, and we decided to do a new episode on the Gentleman No Class podcast because guess what? We are due for it.
Oh, yeah.
What we have in store for you guys is absolutely nothing.
Yeah. We're just gonna go for it.
Right, yeah.
But we decided to, hit the record button and jump on the whole horn here. So guys, what have you guys been up to? Anything new?
Slave work. That's my life.
I know you've been working quite some time.
I'm not allowed to have a life according to my job. I'm single. I don't have a family. I have no kids. Nothing. Oh yeah. You're not allowed to have a life.
Well, that makes sense then. You should be working.
Yeah, fuck my well-being.
I guess, yeah, that's fucked up.
I love my job. Fuck that. Holding back.
It's okay. I get it, man. I know you've been busy, and we all been kind of busy. I think Paul's been the most busy.
He's just been whipping up a little too hard.
Yeah.
Since October, yeah.
Yeah. The safe word's not working no more for him. Just said the safe word.
Shelly Willy.
Daddy, no more.
I'll take a beard doll.
So we have a Who Framed Roger Rabbit playing in the background right now. So it's going to be some...
You little bullshit peep. You lost your sheep. She lost the sheep. I'm paraphrasing, even though I got the subtitles on, and I just love doing that guy's voice.
Yeah, Paul's getting into it.
Well, it's 1:36 in the morning.
You're working for
so
peep.
We are all on autopilot right now.
Yeah.
And somebody couldn't make it. Well, he passed out already.
Oh, yeah. We were supposed to have a guest. Marcello.
Oh, yeah. He's
some guest, I guess, yeah.
Some kind of guest.
What does he bring to the table? Let's just speak for him. What
yeah.
He cooked food for us.
He does cook some nice food.
He can cook, yeah.
He burned my tortilla, though.
He did burn some.
It was an insult.
He doesn't like you.
He doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
All right, get a new one.
Oh, man.
Fuck
nice
you.
monkey suit.
So, have y'all seen the Star Wars trailer, the new trailer?
Yeah.
Which one?
The last sandbox guy. Dune. No. Jedi.
Huh? What are you talking
He doesn't
about?
know how to read. The Last Jedi, Episode 8, Last Jedi.
I'm pulling a Raph.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
You haven't seen it?
Well, you're not that big a fan, so whatever.
I haven't seen it yet.
Mr.
But then again, I've seen, what's it called? Rogue One, like 7 times.
That doesn't count.
What do you what do you think about the trailer, pal?
If I want to remember, let's see. What didn't? Oh, I was like, as soon as I watched, I was like, please no random waking up and heavy breathing. Please no random waking up and heavy breathing or something.
I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Like,
that was the first thing that happened, actually.
Yeah, like one of the first trailers from episode 7. That's how it was.
Yeah, you have good memory, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I anticipated.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No,
right, yeah.
Oh, that's great.
You're still a bigger seller.
Bob Haskins. Or Hoskins,
yes.
Excuse me.
But I saw that. I was like, yeah, what a surprise. And then I saw Luke. Yeah. And I thought of Corvette Summer, which made me happy. You know, how much I love
Mark Hamill fan.
Yes, sir. Best work.
What a loser. Sorry.
Academy Award. Shut the fuck
up. Anything else from that trailer that you did not like?
I'm trying to remember. Like,
so it was awful?
No. It wasn't awful. It looked good. It's just, I was just joking around and expecting like them with heavy breathing again, and then what happens? Like it happened, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" It's not that it's a big a deal. Whatever. It just seemed kind of lazy. I don't know. But
Anything
I can't
that you
remember.
did
I
like,
saw
man.
it. I'm trying to think. I saw it a couple of times. I just can't
so
remember.
what's the trailer?
And that's not a good thing because
implicating?
if I can't recall it, then obviously it
wasn't
didn't have
good
that
then.
much of an impact
Yeah.
on me.
Well, yeah.
What are they implicating?
Each
in
their
this?
own. Okay.
Implicating. This isn't a fucking Nestle Crunch bar you're trying to you'll get into.
Well, I can tell you what I liked about the trailer.
All right.
Starts off with the heavy breathing. That's hilarious because I knew exactly what we were talking about. But the trailer did show a lot more like actual Star Wars, like the battles happening in space.
Okay.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I did
do
like
remember that. That's coming back to me now.
And then it also showed like I think in the second scene of the trailer, it showed the training happening with Luke Skywalker actually doing the Jedi training.
Okay.
That was sexy. You can see it at a distant, like off the horizon. He sees the lightsaber going off, and they're wielding the lightsaber, and you can see the training going on. That was pretty badass. I don't know. It definitely seems like it's going to be a lot better than Episode 7. At least I hope it is, because Episode 7 was entertaining, but it wasn't like great. I didn't think.
It seemed like they're. To me, in Episode 7, seemed like there's. I don't know. They're just trying to have relate certain. Like it reminded me of New Hope a lot. There was a lot of similarities. It felt like it played out like as far as being totally original. It didn't. It didn't feel like it was enough effort to me. It seemed like there's too many similarities from New Hope to in Episode 7. It was just.
I don't know what you mean. I can kind of get that vibe.
Bad, but I still enjoyed it.
Well, Finn's back. I know that.
Yeah, I saw him. Oscar Isaac.
No.
That's
Oscar Isaac. Yeah, he's back
but
too.
He's back too. But no.
Yeah, Finn is the other guy. The stormtrooper gone freaking AWOL.
Yeah.
Like
no, Oscar Isaac's character's
Popo or something like that, right?
No,
Mr.
what?
Popo?
This isn't.
Mr. Popo.
Or Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too. Because it was a Popo or some shit. I don't know. Is Rilo Ken back?
Oh,
he's
sorry, that part's coming up from Roger Rabbit. And everybody's like, yeah. Jessica Rabbit's getting down this pre-early strip club thing going on, and
all right, that ass.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like every time I hear the I just picture you, Jacob, just making that noise.
Oh yeah.
You use your imagination, but God, look at that 1990s animated tits. Man, that's something else. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go.
Nope, not happening. Okay, dead air.
Damn it, man.
I'm sorry, I don't have that hooked up to the mixer. I'm sorry.
You can still hear it, but you nope, I've had it, blah, blah, blah. Like, you just kept interrupting it, like you want to hear it.
Like dead air.
Dead air. Like, that just let the people know that, it's coming out.
No, they just know that you're still alive because they can just hear your breathing. That's all it is.
Whatever. You deprive them of their
Oh, man. So
yeah, Bob Haskins all paralyzed with his body and eyes from Jessica Rabbit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well,
I don't think you can get a pregnant, a cartoon character pregnant, so no worries.
Hopes and dreams.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if it was to happen, I don't think I could,
actually Hoskins, but whatever.
I didn't. Are you correcting me?
Yeah.
I didn't say his name.
Oh, you said Bob Haskins.
I didn't say that. I didn't say anything.
Oh, well,
I didn't say his name.
You can rewind this later.
Yeah.
So,
okay, yeah.
Aaron Hernandez died. I don't know if you care.
I didn't know that happened. Like, he committed suicide, right?
Yeah.
Social suicide.
Who?
The ex-tight end for New England Patriots that was facing like life in prison because he killed somebody. But
I thought he killed multiple people.
He did kill multiple people apparently, but I guess on the other trial he got acquitted. Like, he didn't get convicted. He was charged with it. He went to trial and he came out clean. So that was
he
clear.
still? But he was still
charged
for
doing life because of the other murder.
Convicted of murder? Like, what was the what are the details?
He killed somebody. He shot somebody and killed him, I think. And
okay,
nice.
He's spending life in prison. Yeah, the guy had the world in his hands, man. He was on the best team in the NFL with the best quarterback, and
of course,
I know, right, Paul? That's funny, but Oh, this fucking movie.
Sorry, Raph. I'm just looking at you and Raph and Jacob's talking like you're just all serious and you're focused on. I just your face looked funny, like you're determined to listen.
I'm interested. I'm curious. Man. What the fuck? I didn't know about this.
Looks funny. I'm just still not used to you without your fucking glasses.
Glasses. I know it's been quite some time since.
It's
man.
I got contacts now. That's new. Yeah, that's new in my life. I got contacts like again.
They
that's what's different. That's what's missing.
Yeah, I don't got my glasses on no more.
Glasses on.
My contacts.
Oh man. Okay. Well, that's sexy. I do, yeah. Well,
this was a lot better too.
Way off, but he's basically getting down to the point about Mr. Hernandez.
Well, yeah, he pretty much hung himself in the jail cell, and that was a shocker.
Dang, got to go.
I see that.
His final words. Dang, got to go.
I mean, you just won a case. You should be celebrating.
It's so fucked up.
The guy killed somebody.
Not de-celebrating or whatever the word is.
So he killed multiple people.
Well,
but he got acquitted of all the other ones.
Yeah, except one of them.
I mean, what the fuck was he doing? Running around shooting people? Like,
well, he was playing Scarface. That's what it was.
Yeah, he was playing Scarface.
I remember reading in an article about him committing suicide. I think the family of one of the victims. I'm not too sure which one it is, but their words. Their thoughts on like him committing suicide is it's God's will.
It's God's will.
It's God's will for him to commit suicide. I thought committing suicide was like a mortal sin, or I don't know.
Well,
I'm just trying to chime in. That's getting too heavy.
That makes no sense. Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't know. Just
define God's will though. Define God's will. It's like, you have the freedom to do whatever the hell you want, and it is God's will that he wanted to fucking off himself. That was his right, his freedom to kill himself, hang himself. I don't get that. Well, God's will. It's kind of vague.
Yeah,
it is vague.
I don't know. That's just kind of going a little further. But
yeah,
I just thought it was a bit odd when I read that. I was like,
I guess a lot of people. I don't know. The thing is, the guy is a scumbag. He killed somebody.
A scumbag, a card shark, a country club golf club hustler.
However, it is a unfortunate situation and a kind of a sad story to a certain extent. I don't feel bad for the guy, but I do feel bad like how the guy had everything in his palm of his hands.
I mean,
he decided to play gangster, and
so that's what
he couldn't grow up. That's what it was.
Do you really think that's what his motive or intentions were? Like, joking aside,
what?
Well, like you said, he tried to play gangster. He's serious.
Well, I think that he felt like he was on top of the world, and then if someone crosses him wrong, he's going to prove a point. Like, no, you don't cross me.
Yeah,
I am above you. You know, and that's what I think. I am the octopus.
Yeah,
and it went to his head. You know, and
so fucking like you piss him off, he'll shoot you.
Like exactly. Like who do you think you are? You know how much money I make.
Right.
You can't make the money as I'm making in your lifetime.
Yeah.
And he probably had that mentality. I don't know. I'm not passing judgment, but who knows?
Yeah.
What drives a man to do something like that?
Yeah. Well, that's a very
multiple
stupid
times,
mentality.
obviously.
That's a very stupid mentality. You got so much money, you got all this shit, and yet you go, can't fuck with me, I'm going to shoot you. Yeah.
Sounds like a rap song.
Rough upbringing. Right.
I wasn't a big fan of him anyways because he was part of the Patriots, and I'm a Texas
fan.
Well, stuff like that, you had to really question his childhood and what it's like. Why
I'm a big fan.
Because nobody's born evil, as they say. Well, like, and maybe there's things that we're like predisposed, like as far mentally, but it's rare to make you. There's no such thing as like you're born a thief, you're born evil, and all that shit. For the most part, you're, like I said, depending on the environment you're exposed to, and how your thought process and what you're taught and what you see determines how you'll be, how you're raised.
I'm a big fan of your parents kind of molding you in who you are in the future. I just think that, maybe if you veer off, probably because your parents didn't give you enough attention, and you're seeking that attention elsewhere. And peer pressure is a bitch. Yeah. You see somebody like, oh, I did something to this guy, and people like it. I'm gonna continue acting this way. And
yeah, because that'd be getting attention deprived maybe from the parents, and when you get that way, it gets
possibly,
attention that way.
Possibly,
yeah.
Whatever, man.
I mean, there's many ways to look at it.
Yeah, there's many ways. I do know the Rockets are in the playoffs, and I know y'all both can. Well, maybe Raph could care, but I know Paul doesn't give a fuck about sports.
I used to care. Oh, I used to. Yeah, the Rockets were the only thing I followed. That was like 20 years ago.
You're not following them now, though. It sucks.
I don't know. Just interest just changed.
Damn, nice. You feel that coffee with booze. But yeah. 2-1. We're up ahead 1 game. Tomorrow's game, or today, later on today, in actually 13 hours, is game freaking 4.
Who they playing?
So bandwagon fans are coming
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bandwagon fans are coming out the woodwork.
I see. You are wearing a Rocket shirt.
Yes.
You changed that before the podcast, right? Because you want to bring this up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I was wearing it for 3 days straight, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But this is my Rocket shirt. It's exciting, I'll tell you that. We'll see what happens. Anything else new, guys? Anything?
I can't believe Charlie Murphy died.
Oh yeah.
I was
that
unexpected.
Was unexpected.
I didn't
for sure.
And I didn't know about it for like a few days. I just fucking work. I don't do anything. I'm so busy. I just don't do shit. I can't keep up with current events lately.
Well, see, the thing is, he was continually working. Wasn't he on a show? And people did not know the guy was sick, and he was still showing signs of acting and working hard. Did you read that anywhere?
I think I
heard
read
that somewhere
briefly about that, and he was. I think his wife was. Yeah, his wife passed away. I don't know not that long ago, and then then unfortunately he passed away. I forgot it was he was sick for a while.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate, man. That was really unexpected.
Because I saw something on, I think it was on Facebook. It says John Mayer and Dave Chappelle tribute to Charlie Murphy. It's oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. I didn't look at it as a video, but it's tribute. Yeah. Usually they usually do that. Say I could be wrong. The definition of tribute is when somebody's passed away or dead. I don't know. I just didn't think about it, and I found out I think the next day, he passed away.
Isn't there something like a link or something like that explains all his stories that he told on Chappelle's show are true or something like that?
Yeah,
I heard about that.
If you don't really believe that his stories that they're true, that all of them are true.
Especially Prince.
Apparently, there's a show called Power. Have you heard of that?
No.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it says that Charlie Murphy kept his battle with leukemia so private that most people who worked with him on Power quotation had no idea he was sick.
Oh, okay.
So, that's crazy.
Bro, the darkness.
I guess he played a prison guard named Marshall Williams on the show.
Oh, okay.
The Brothers Darkness.
That was crazy.
It was way before Wesley Snipes came in.
So there's a movie called Phoenix Forgotten coming out, or it actually came out this past weekend. I really want to see it. It's about the lights in Phoenix, Arizona, some odd years back.
96, I believe.
Or
97.
So. It was in the mid-90s for sure. And it's unexplained. The governor of Arizona. Governor.
Arnold has nothing to do with it.
No, I just felt like saying governor. God damn it.
Don't you ever do that without associating Arnie? Fucking dare you.
But, well, I mean, come on. They share a state border. I give them that.
Not good enough.
So, the governor of Arizona.
Did he use funds to find and defeat the predator? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, don't do that.
And you know what's messed up about that? He is not going to be in the new Predator movie, Arnie, because he said the script wasn't good enough. What kind of shit is that, man?
Wasn't enough shirtless scenes with Arnie.
Exactly.
Not enough close-up scenes of him with his biceps.
Yeah.
Shaking hands. Yeah. You son of a bitch. But okay, going about the movie.
The Phoenix Lights.
Okay,
it's crazy. I remember reading up on this, some odd years back, and these lights showed up in Phoenix, Arizona. It's like, I don't know how many lights, Paul. Do you know? It was like 10 lights. It looked like a big old ship or something like that.
It looked like it was a triangle.
Well, the lights looked like they were coming from behind a mountain, and it kept on continuing on when it got closer and closer. And it was more lights, and it looked like it was like a big ship. And it was unexplained. The governor made it seem like, okay, no, it's freaking weather balloons, or it's the military, or he made excuses, and he was kind of making fun of all the conspiracy theorists. And
well, see, I thought at first he was taking it serious. Like, did he have a press conference, or from what I remember, like he took it serious?
I think so. Like he thought, like he did not know what it was, and that he was going to get to the bottom of it, and then the next day, or it wasn't that long after that he joked about it. Like, no, it's the government. I mean, not the government. It's like the Air Force, or it's nothing.
Yeah,
he got a costume alien, guest to show up on the press conference. Like, haha, we found our visitors, and it was mocking the conspiracy theorists.
Like, why would you, like a government? Why would you do? That seems, I don't know. That seems unprofessional. Right. Who the hell does that at a press conference or something like that to inform their town and joke around with a fucking alien?
Well, I guess anything to
to me that seems like a red flag right there.
Yeah,
like that's how they're trying to take light of the situations. Like, that's very unprofessional. You're government. You work for the government. Yeah, you're the fucking government.
Yeah,
and you're joking around with a fucking alien dancing around. We found her. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Like, how are you our mayor or governor? Where the fuck? It's the governor of Arizona, wasn't it? Okay, I thought it was the mayor of Phoenix. Either way, it just that seems fishy. Why the fuck did you bring your knife out?
I don't know. It's just...
You working for him? You take me out.
Well, and I forgot what I read, or no, it was a documentary about it. And the governor, like years after he got out of office, came out and said, you know what? He believed they were extraterrestrial. He believed that it was something different. Like, he didn't want to say what he had to do.
Probably couldn't say what he...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pressured.
Pretty much pressured. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he came out saying that it was something odd, that he'd never seen that in his career, and he thinks that it was probably extraterrestrial. So when I saw that, I'm like, geez, shit's out there, man. I don't know. Maybe it's me wanting to believe that something's out there, but...
I do remember seeing it on the news when it came out, though.
Anybody got a bottle opener?
And
bottle opener.
Bottle opener.
Fucking mount the ears.
Here, got my lighter.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yeah, I couldn't really think to make of it. It's like, I just thought it was weird and strange. I'd probably backed into it. I think it was fucking aliens as well. Yeah, I've seen some other stuff like documentaries or specials, and they talk about it, and they did somebody analyzed the video and try to compare the light sources on the video to what they claimed what it is, and it doesn't match.
Right.
And these lights are just stationary, and just for so long too. Like, what they claim, whatever it is, like it just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
According to I forgot the video, where the hell I watched it from, but
Barney and Betty Hill. Oh man. I don't know.
Well,
that freaked me out when I first read about that.
Yeah.
But
interracial couple.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
What was this, like in the
50s?
50s. Yeah, I was gonna say 40s, but no, 50s. Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
They named, I think there's a highway.
It's an abduction, right?
Yeah.
Well, a claim abduction.
There's a highway dedicated to them, right?
I believe so.
Where they got abducted. There's like some rural highway. I forgot where. Was it upstate somewhere?
That's good.
And they got supposedly they were driving like in the middle of the night somewhere, like in just some, like I said, rural highway, and they got abducted, and they recall and tell their stories.
Uh-huh.
I forgot who the hell they told it to. Like, it's been a long time since I read up on it.
Yeah,
but they
New Hampshire.
They saw.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, I believe they had like they did tests and studies, or I spoke to psychologists or stuff like that, and I think they try to. I think the professionals came off with a conclusion like it was delusions or something, but I don't. As far as any evidence is actually happening, can't remember. It's been so long. can't really say, but either way, they got there's a highway or area dedicated to them. So what the fuck does that tell you? It's so full of shit. Why they dedicate the? Either that was just a phenomenon or the hype at the time. It's just fake or not, they just did it anyway. But still, like, I don't know. It just seems like if they were full of shit, why would they do that? Why would they dedicate that highway area? For them?
You know, it's just during that time though. It seemed like a lot of alien topics came up. You know, ever since the whole Roswell incident and everything, and I think that happened in the 50s or 60s, whatever.
What?
The abduction that we're talking about.
Barney and Betty Hill?
Exactly.
Yeah, 50s.
So, I don't know. Maybe back then it was more like, okay, let's just bring out everything as much as we can because of the whole Roswell incident and stuff like that. It seems like it not necessarily died down, but became a little bit more uniform, like a little bit more controlled.
Yeah.
Now, today, with all the technology, we can get cops, you know, killing people, and some of it's justified, some of it isn't, whatever. I'm not going to get into all that, but we can catch everything like that. We can catch people stealing your lawnmower because we have cameras, but it seems like when it comes down to the extraterrestrials or what we see in the sky, with all the technology, we cannot catch or something like that.
Surveillance is the highest it's ever been now. Like, well, it was more and more in technology. Exactly. You figure by now, and plus, what personally our phones and what we carry, the cameras and the definition on most of these cameras are pretty damn good for phones, smartphones. Oh yeah. And still nothing. Or like how Futurama jokes around about it, like the episode, like what they talk about Bigfoot, saying like for some reason the only damn, I forgot, I'm paraphrasing, making fun of like when they do have evidence, it's always in like in really shady areas or real blurry camera movements or I don't know, some shit like that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just saying it's bullshit, you know. In other words, they can't find. There's no proof, and the people that do have it and claim to have it are full of shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we will see eventually.
Hopefully.
Well,
man.
that or just what's called confiscated or just who knows.
All I know is that Phoenix Forgotten, that movie. When I saw the trailer to it, it looked pretty badass because it started off like, okay, it's someone recording this incident back then, and there's some stuff going on, and they're curious and whatnot. I know it looked very intriguing, and then it kind of veered off into like a Blair Witch type shit where, oh, we're gonna go take a camping trip over here where we saw these. There's crazy stuff, and I guess it kind of reminds me of maybe because I didn't see all of it because I thought it was stupid, but the Area 51 movie. It was very like first person style shooting.
Oh, okay.
I saw it at your house, Raph. Paul, you were there too. You were watching Area 51, and it was like someone with a camera trying to escape Area 51 or something.
Oh, okay. I think I remember.
And they were on the like an alien or something was following them and stuff like that. And I don't know. So I'm not a big fan of these first person type movies.
Okay.
I'm still gonna watch it. Hopefully, I'm able to see. I'm tired of seeing these alien movies that look so foreign and like long arms or like it's something that doesn't even look like the small being with beady eyes. Like the closest alien movie I saw that has something in that nature is Fire in the Sky, Signs, and Close Encounters.
That's your perception of how to be aliens.
But that freaks me out.
What if I want the
that's pop culture's perception of it, though. Because
no, I said hairy dicks. Oh, that's not my. That's my perception.
I would say 99.9% of the men in this world are aliens. Then.
What a ripoff. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna try in the trailer though would really give it the Blair Witch style. It was like. Three people filmed in it, but they were never found.
They were never found. Yeah, yes,
and we found the tape. Oh, cool. That's cool. You found the tape. The bodies weren't found, but you found a tape. Kind of like a 9/11 when you found evidence of one of the hijackers' passport, but everything else got imploded. All the bodies, and all the things were shattered in dust. But for some reason, hey, that
passport is like intact.
Passport is intact and it's fine. But hey,
you weren't there. I wasn't there. Who knows? I know. I know the
What?
passports and all that stuff. I don't know. I know it's unbelievable. I get it. Yeah. I mean, the steel collapsed because
I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about simply the passport. That's
the passport. No, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, why is the passport there? I get it.
Yeah.
However, man, I was gonna say something, but I lost my train of thought because we're going into the whole 9/11 deal. Oh no. Okay, so when you talked about why is the tape found and this and that, but these 3 people are lost and they're never found, but there's a tape here, ha ha ha. Well, it kind of made the tape. Oh, good food, huh? But enemy of the state reference, enemy of the state, excuse me. But
yes.
It reminded me of. It freaks me out, and I can bring it up right now if I wanted to find it. But the McPherson tape.
Oh fuck!
I know Paul doesn't like this shit when I bring it up.
Every time we get drunk as shit late as night, whatever. Like, Paul, can I put some on YouTube or can I put some? Yeah, like don't put it on. No, I promise I won't. I'll pass out or something, and he wakes me up, or I wake up to it. He's got it on. You piece of shit. That or the alien interview.
Or the alien interview with the bobbing of the head.
What's the McPherson tape?
Right,
your brother told us about that UPN.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh, you're talking about that thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I watched that.
There's a couple of different versions of it.
There is, yeah. There's because the first version they showed on UPN.
Well, hold on. Before you get into it, I would like to dive into this if you don't mind, but talk about the McPherson tape. What is it? And like before we talk about the actual content of it, like what exactly is it? Do you know?
Use your words.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I watched it.
But what's the setting of it? Because I'll just it's Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. It's Thanksgiving.
The family getting together.
They got together
in a rural area.
Rural area, town, and what's it called?
The lights go out.
The lights go out, and they start doing a little investigation, like seeing what the hell's going on. So they go outside the house.
But before they get into that, they're all like, I guess before the lights go out, the families recording each other because I guess it's a rare time that everybody gets together. The family gets together and they're recording each other. Then they record the lights going off, and then I guess they decide to continue rolling film. To see what's going on, and then they go out in the back and speculate what's going on. And then they see like a transformer blow up, and they see these lights out in the wilderness. It looks like a ship. Yeah. And they kind of focus in on it, and it's crazy because there's different versions of this. But this one version, I think that it's the UPN special, and it freaked me the hell out, is that it's a ship, and it's like you see these beings walking away from this ship.
Yeah. What's going on here?
The father and I think the son or son-in-law is like, what the hell? You see that?
You see a red flash.
You see it kind of looking at you.
Yeah.
And then what it is, it's shooting these beams
red
in
beams.
the area.
Yeah, red beams.
And it's doing something. It's shooting the beams, and then you see it stop shooting the beams, and it looks at you, and they're like, "Oh, I think it sees us. I think it's looking at us."
And then they run.
And then it shoots a beam at them. And then they run, and they're freaking out.
It shoots a beam at them.
So they go back in the house. They lock the doors, and apparently they feel like this is going to be an abduction, or something, or they don't know exactly, but they know that they're probably going to be trying to find them at the house. So they go upstairs, they hide, and there's this one guy that has the camera that's in the bathroom, and he's freaking out. He's talking to himself, and like, I don't know what the hell is going on, and this and that. And then he looks up and he sees he sees something, but he freezes. He cannot talk or anything, and he starts yelling, and then the camera falls down, and then you see like
one of the beams,
the beams looking at it through the camera lens, and you just see the top of the head. And I remember seeing that, and it was like one of the most scariest fucking shit I've ever seen. You know, I don't know
what's going on here.
I was like, hey, if that happened to me, man, like right now, if the lights go off and this shit happens, I'll welcome it because I'll be like, I got some beer,
right? Hold on. You got your beer and you got your gun.
I got my gun, but I don't think I'll need my gun because I think the alcohol is going to bring the good out of them.
Yeah, they got lasers that can control you somehow. I don't know the alcohol's going to get to them.
I don't care. Everybody likes a good time,
right?
I don't care if you're a fucking
the alien brings out a bag of cocaine. Let's get this party started.
The record scratch like, whoa, what kind of party you think this is?
the twist is, man. They often.
I think you're gonna have to go back home.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say the twist is like they got cocaine, but often stereotype these aliens. They usually don't have noses. How the fuck are they gonna snort it?
The cocaine.
You know what I'm talking about? They're like often like they have a nose.
They have nostrils,
but it's barely there.
It's like flat nostril.
Right, but I think the actual nostrils, protruding out of her face. I think that's gonna matter when you suck that fucking cocaine down. I feel sorry for them.
There's many ways to do cocaine. You can probably shove it up their ass.
I can already see it right now. The alien comes out and like, hey man, you want to do this line? He's like, so I'll pull like a $1 bill. He's like, no, you got 100. What the fuck? I'm getting robbed here. Fucking aliens gonna rob me.
We got class.
So okay, honestly, if you had the opportunity to witness this,
okay,
I know it's scary. Okay, I know regardless of what the situation.
Yeah,
is, lights flicker off. You see a ship or something like that. Right now, if you were able to go through that right now, willingly, would you guys be in on that or no?
I'll be prepared. For the best.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, no, that's
I'm just saying.
That's not a yes or no, man. I need to know. Would you want to go through that right now?
Fuck no, man. That's just the headphones.
That's a tough one, man.
I don't know. It's like you're asking me, like, if I want to go to a strip club and it's fucking free. Hell yeah. This is a fucked up situation. Of course, I don't want to fucking go through that.
You do not?
Fuck no.
What about you, Raph?
Oh man, I don't know if it's a tough one, man.
Logically, think of the capabilities. You don't know what these things are, what they're possible.
I know, and honestly, man,
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just. It feels like there'll be ill intent. It's just, I don't think they would. I don't think there'd be any good out of that. I don't think they would.
I'm optimistic though, man. I think that they're probably curious on things, and
both ends, because I mean,
well, it can be negative or positive, right?
Both ends. Are you talking about body holes?
No. Honestly, I think I would welcome it, man.
Yeah,
but
as long as I had some Dynatron in the background, I think I'd be right.
I mean, when I was a kid, how stupid this may sound.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was able to, if I wanted to dream about something, I just think about it and I would dream about it. Like, and there was this one dream where it felt like I was being chased by Tyrannosaurus Rex, like from Jurassic Park, like in that one scene where Jeff Goldblum's like, "Oh, now!"
Yeah.
And they're speeding off in the Jeep, right? But I'm actually running, and this Tyrannosaurus Rex is right behind me on my tail. But no matter how fast or slow I run, it would never catch me. But the thrill of knowing that I can get killed right now because this T-Rex is about to eat me was exhilarating. It was like a rush, but seeing something like this, it'll be like definitely a once in a lifetime deal. And if it's my time to go, it'll be my time to go. I wouldn't want to get abducted. No, I do not want to get abducted. I want to stay home.
Okay.
I want to. If they wake me up, they wake me up in my boxers. Okay, I want to go back to bed in my boxers. Nothing off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No probing or anything, but I'm curious.
Okay.
Like get drunk with them?
Okay. When you put it that way, I'm down for that. But not abducted. Fuck that. I don't want to go missing.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be tough to do this podcast without you. Just Paul and me doing the podcast. I don't know.
I think you're skipping an interesting fact you just stated.
What's that?
You just said, and can you still possess this ability? You can think about something and you can dream about it?
Oh, no. Okay. No, I cannot do that anymore. No.
It's part of lucid dreaming.
I realized that. No. I tried doing that, and I cannot do that anymore. It was when I was younger.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, I remember going to bed, and like I want to dream about this, and I would dream about it. Maybe I had no stress back then. That's probably what it was. I don't know, but...
Yeah, sometimes we have your last thoughts before you go to bed. Usually,
or what you dream about.
Yeah, it's parts of your dreams.
Yeah.
I think by habit too, but part of lucid dreaming, if you do that, I think you can transition. Like something like that. I remember reading that book, a lucid dreaming book. where you can well, it's either that or just like when you fully control. Either way, you can control any environment or do whatever the hell you want in the dream state. Of course.
Interesting.
Which is that's pro mode. Like you can, like I said, control your environment and do whatever you want and just do it. No consequences, and it feels like it's fucking real, like right now.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
I know I lucid dreamed before. Like I was able to control the dream, and I know I'm telling myself this is a dream. Chill the fuck out. Mm-hmm. You don't need to be like fearful because this is a dream.
Yeah.
However, I read where there's cases where you need to be afraid of your fucking dreams because you could be stuck in a coma pretty much and locked in that trance.
Oh, really?
I
didn't know about that.
Can't get up or something. That's what I read somewhere, but I don't know how true that may be. But I kind of believe it because
I heard that's something titled astral projection or out of body experience.
What is it? Okay, well, your mind is a powerful thing, and I can only
that. Well, yeah, it's same kind of area from what I read. That's pretty scary. That like supposedly too, when I don't know, you get in an accident or something devastating physically happens to you and you end up in a coma, they say it's possibly because of out of body experience and you need to come back. Possibly, there's theories that I've heard.
Have you guys ever had a dream to where it was so real that you felt like you had to call somebody to see if you're still dreaming or not?
Yeah, I can't recall, but I had dreams that felt so real that it affected that day so bad, like I couldn't shake it.
Yeah.
Stuff
okay.
Like
what
that.
about
like I couldn't tell from reality to dreams. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really hard.
What about the dreams that wake you up? Mm-hmm. Have you ever had that?
Nightmares and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I had nightmares, yeah.
Okay, because
I woke up crying, dude, before.
I rarely have them. I can only recall 2. And one of them scared the fucking shit out of me.
Uh-huh.
It was weird. I mean, it was, for some reason, it was the Joker, the fucking, Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah.
Had a shotgun and fucking, like, blasted one in my face and woke me up. I was fucking scared shitless.
Oh, shit.
I heard a loud bang.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And
you still like the Joker?
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying that's like the only dream I can recall that like I dreamt and it fucking scared the shit out of me.
Well, have you ever had dreams about, since we're still on the topic of aliens and stuff, have you ever had a dream about aliens or anything like that?
If I can recall.
No.
If I do, it would probably scare the shit out of me. Because I'll probably be like, oh, fuck
I can't
me.
Remember.
Huh?
I can't recall that. The only thing that's been, like, I think I told Raph, like, not necessarily dreaming, but weird things been happening to me in my sleep. And, sleep paralysis. Have you had that too before?
So the worst.
I don't know if I have, man.
Those are fucking awful. But I was at his house, like, it's over a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. I was trying to fall asleep, and I was just crashing in his bed, and I felt somebody brush their hands against my knees.
Right.
I mean, I was barely. I wasn't really asleep. I know I felt it. It freaked me out. The next day, I felt I was sleeping in my bed. I felt somebody brush their hand against my back. Same thing. I wasn't fully asleep. It was fucking weird. And then a couple of weeks after that, I felt I got sleep paralysis, and I haven't had an episode in a long time. And I guess it's hard to explain to cover the blanket or whatever. Like I felt somebody lifting it because I had it underneath my back, the cover, and like it was lifting me. I felt my side going, because I sleep on my side, and I felt it like pulling me up. And like I was trying, I was, I knew what was going on, and then sleep paralysis. I was trying to talk. You can't talk like. I was like, I was trying to say, who is it or what do you want? And like it was like who. It was like you can understand it. Like and I was trying to break free. Like and then finally I broke free, and I felt, I felt falling back too. from my side. Yeah, that freaked me out.
You never had those? Sleep paralysis?
Maybe. I don't know. I just can't.
They're the fucking worst, man. Dude. They're the worst, man.
Yeah.
Because my episodes, I'm awake. I'm aware of my surroundings, but I can't talk and I can't move.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like struggling. Like I'm in my head, I'm struggling so hard to move or to say something. And then finally, like once I'm able to break free, I break free. I'm like, what the fuck? And I can finally move, and I don't want to go back to sleep again.
Really?
Yeah.
But
it's that bad.
I know I told you about the weirdest one I had though, right?
No,
I know.
Maybe.
Well, I'll say it so people can fucking hear it. I guess.
Yeah.
Years ago, I was having a lot of episodes in a row, and usually it'd always be like the same thing. I always felt like something was pulling on my hand, or just grabbing my like by my wrist.
Right. Yeah.
And I usually wake up and that was it. But then one particular episode, I what's it called? I was sleeping on my bed, and I was lifted up underneath my underneath my arms, and I felt somebody lift me up like. Picked me up with their arms underneath my arms, and it was a girl, it was a lady, and she was wearing a yellow dress and fucking pale skin and blonde hair, but her face was blurred out, and I could tell seemed like she wanted to tell me something, and I couldn't make out. I was like, I was trying to listen, and her face started to reveal, and then she dropped me. And I fell back. I felt that, but I was still in a sleep paralysis. Then she picks me up again, and same thing. She's trying to tell me something, and then her face is revealing and becoming more clear. And she just drops me. I fell back, and I finally wake up.
Wow!
And that freaked me out. And I tried to lift myself up too, like the way I couldn't do it on my own. That freaked me out. That was the weirdest episode I ever had. I thought I never told you guys this.
I'm sure you have, man. But
this is like.
You gotta give me the stuff that you've been.
This is like 8 or 9 years ago. This is maybe
dreams.
like 10 years ago. This is a while back. Yeah, that freaked me out. I'll never forget that. Like I didn't understand. Like I when it comes to supernatural, or I don't even know what to make of that. Something was somebody was trying to tell me something, and it's just weird.
Your mind is very powerful, man. I never told anybody about this because this happened a week ago.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Well, it's nothing crazy or anything, but it's just to let you know how powerful it is.
Baby.
Last week we were supposed to do the podcast, and stuff fell through, and we couldn't do it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I spoke to you, Raph, and we had a little conversation, this and that. Well, I guess maybe it was eating me up a little bit more inside than I thought it was. And I went to bed that night, and everything was cool. I had the greatest sleep. And it's like one of those types of sleeps that where you wake up at 2 a.m. and you only been in bed for like 2 hours, and you feel like, dude, I could take on the day. I'm ready to get up. No, I was just on that sleep cycle. I go back to bed, and I had a dream where it was a nightmare, man. And what it was is, it felt so real that I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was about to text your brother because he passed away. It was so real that I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was like literally texting your brother. But I was like, hold on, Jake, calm the fuck down. It's a dream. And I did not know it was a dream. I still think that it was real. And I was like literally had to like get up to go to the bathroom, chill out. And I think I was crying, dude. Like, because I did not know it was a dream or not. And then I finally realized, dude, it's a fucking dream. And
damn.
It was crazy, man. And it was because we had that conversation that night, and it was like still fresh in my mind and everything. So it affected me that night when I went to sleep. So that's why I'm like, man, the mind's a powerful thing, man.
Yeah.
But when I was going back to the aliens type deal, like I still would have dreams every now and then about like aliens, and it won't be like just like, oh, the beady eyes and this and that. It'll be just like humanoids or something, but I know that it's out of this world. I remember The most vivid one I had was when I was younger, and I told you guys multiple times, but I'm speaking again, based on this, sake of this, podcast. Is I remember, and it could be two things, because I do believe my mom's house was haunted, because I saw this being. It's a silhouette of a being, and my sister-in-law saw it too, but I don't know how, real it is, whatever. But I remember waking up one night, and it was like about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the door was open to my room. Because the light that's coming from the living room, if something was standing there, you'll be able to make out something standing there because there's a silhouette. There's light coming from the living room hitting into my room, and I saw like a little being standing there. I couldn't make out anything. I didn't see no face. I just saw like, oh shit, there's a shadow of somebody standing there. I went back to sleep. I'm like, I turned over. I'm like, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm going back to sleep. This is bullshit. I'm dreaming. And literally when I went back to sleep, I saw like bright lights in my face. I was dreaming. Bright lights in my face. I saw shit moving around. Like it looked like blurred surgical equipment moving around. Like I was in surgery, but I was coming out of like surgery, and I heard people talking or someone talking. I don't know if it was English. I just heard like noise and shit moving around, and I'm like, oh fuck, is this an abduction? I seriously thought, how stupid it may sound me saying that, because I don't think it. I know it wasn't, but who knows? Maybe it was. Maybe it was, I don't know. I hear a lot of testimony of people saying.
People testified for you?
No. Like I'm talking about like saying that, oh, I've been abducted, and it's the same type of deal that I went through in that dream. It was just I was having some great sleep probably.
I thought you were going to say I was having some great sex probably. You're a child, right?
It's funny though.
Yeah, probably.
This most of the subjects we've been talking about. This is the least comedic podcast we've been having.
I was telling.
Just for a brief time, I'd like to chime in there.
Well, no, I was telling Paul and
I kind of like this though.
Yeah,
me too, we're having a real conversation here.
I wasn't. I'm not doing the podcast. We're just talking amongst ourselves.
Nice.
No, but I remember when we first were doing the podcast, Paul and I mentioned it'd be nice to do some paranormal segments.
Oh yeah,
because that's
because we've been into this shit since we were in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
We used to have fucking conversations outside my house.
I remember.
Yeah, and just like high school, and how it is now, it's no different.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys being serious and me chiming in, being funny is just like I'm scared shitless. Conversations are getting too goddamn serious, so I'm joking around about it.
Yeah, you got to.
So that's why I ruined the movie Signs for Raph's brother, because I was so frightened. I needed to make fun of it while we watched it, because I was fucking frightened.
Like I feed off this shit, dude. I love this shit because I remember Signs when Signs first came out. Sorry to interrupt you, Raph, but when Signs first came out, I saw that fucking movie 3 times in one day.
Damn,
I was so hardcore into fucking that movie, dude.
I ran into him, fucking Edwards.
Coming out of the fucking movie.
I was I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna see it again then.
Yeah, fucking whoop, nigga, you too.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
Fuck, man.
No. But one thing I do got to mention, we'll talk about the actual movie in another podcast. What, Split?
Yes.
That's M. Night Shyamalan or whatever his real name. Yeah,
I haven't lost faith in that guy, man.
That's his fucking ultimate comeback. His ultimate comeback movie.
I believe it.
Yeah.
All the movies, I mean, because it was going down. It was going downhill, and then this movie brings it all the way back up.
But my theory is, and I was hoping you would have seen it, so we can talk about it. This has nothing to do with the movie, but we're just praising the movie. It's so good that I believe his career was going downhill was a ploy. It was all done on purpose for this movie, and it just so this made him just look fucking great. He knew what he was doing. He was just bored, fuck it, I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna fucking fuck with people.
Dude, man,
so that was like me and Ryan was like, he's like the ultimate troll. Then fucking for years,
dickhole,
just like
troll,
fucking wasting people's money and time.
The Last Airbender,
and all this shit,
it's
just
God.
Just to fuck with people for his own and just an amusement.
Yeah,
and he's gonna make the
ultimate comeback.
Have you seen
Devil?
Yeah.
No.
I
good?
Well, I liked it.
But
he wasn't the director.
Oh, he wasn't?
Yeah, I think he produced it. Or
he
wrote
just
it or
produced
something.
it. He just produced it.
Okay.
But the one before Split, I heard that was actually pretty good too.
Yeah, The Visitors.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
That brought that brought Fate back into M. Night.
Was that the one that the one POV. The one that was taking care of the kids? Was someone that killed the actual grandparents?
Yeah. It's like a POV type of movie.
Oh, you see? I've never seen a movie. Damn, you said that. My boss, a female boss, said, she's like, the POEs, like, the POVs. Oh no, POE. I was thinking about porn too. POV. Just don't POE, power over Ethernet. For the WAPs. The WAPs. I said POV? Oh, no, POE. Like, oh, yeah, that's right. I couldn't help but think of fucking porn.
Oh. But yeah.
Point of view.
Yeah, but that movie brought the face back into M. Night, and then this movie came out, and it's just like, holy shit. M. Night, you are the man again.
You know, we're not the only ones that thought M. Night was the man, because I liked his work.
Oh, yeah.
So... It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Obviously, like this. Like,
I got a featured role in an M. Night Shyamalan movie. A featured actress or something like that. It's like she's just an extra. Right? Like, cut. Fucking Frank and his sausage pocket sausage. God!
It's fucking great. That show's still going on, man.
That show's fucking great. Give me a good reason. Charlie Day. Did you ever? You missed the whole season, did you?
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh, okay, but this past season, the first episode is fucking great. Okay. It's a musical, and
I believe it.
It's just fucking Charlie Day, though, his singing voice. Oh. I just laugh hearing him sing. I don't care what the content of the lyrics is. I'm just fucking laughing because the way he sings. Oh, speaking of Charlie Day, I know we're veering off, but there's a basketball player. I saw it on Facebook. Looks just like fucking Charlie Day.
What? Really?
You got to look this up, and it says like blah blah blah. Says he's not Charlie Day, and it shows side by side. I swear, it looks the fucking same. It's like this is a joke. This is him fucking with us. Like, no, it's two different people.
Is it an NBA basketball player?
Yes, NBA. I forgot what team, but I just thought that was fucking funny.
Oh, wow.
You look it up?
I'm looking it up, man. And
you see it? You see it? Look, like fucking big time. What's the guy's name?
I gotta find it. I'm still looking it up. He's from Orlando Magic.
It's not like we don't have a fucking phone.
Josh McRoberts. Right? Josh McRoberts for Orlando Magic. That's hilarious.
Josh.
But now
Josh Caddy. Yeah, Josh McRoberts.
Is he out yet?
Look, Raph.
Is it? God damn, that does look like Charlie Day. He's up in pain and fucking
shooting some hoops.
Yeah,
fucking riding Nightman on the sidelines.
Damn, Charlie Day, that's hilarious.
Fuck me, man. He looks just like him. The facial, the beard and the hair, everything. Look at that shit. It's fucking same thing.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's fucking great. That's fucking hilarious.
So aliens, are you still freaked out, Paul?
God damn it! I veered off to this point for a reason. Because you know me, you know.
Oh. I'm looking forward to the movie Phoenix Forgotten.
Dying.
I'm looking forward to it now.
Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, but I've been hoping that they will make an alien movie that will meet my expectations.
Besides Signs.
Signs was good, man. I like Signs, and a lot of people didn't like it, but
I liked it. So yeah,
I thought it was good because it gave you that like that suspense at the end. It's like shit. This is gonna be my last meal. Let's get this. We're gonna fight.
I'm gonna have some bacon too. I'm gonna have some Egos as well. Even though that wasn't in there, but that should have been in there.
And I was hoping Mel Gibson, ex-father, be like, "Beer me."
Nice. Ex-father, beer
me. But that was a great movie. They haven't made an alien movie close to that. And
I'm trying to think. I haven't. Well,
they made that. I guess what is that one with Amy Adams in it?
That was good.
Arrival.
Arrival. Yeah. That's a great movie.
That
is the sequel to Charlie Sheen's The Arrival.
But the whole. Oh yeah, right. But the whole thing about like the aliens and like big old freaking I don't know the octopus.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like okay.
Yeah,
I get it. But it wasn't scary to me.
Yeah,
I want to be fucking scared.
Okay.
Seeing that.
Okay, you don't want to be friendly.
Tall,
no octopuses.
Like even though Close Encounters of the Third Kind wasn't scary and showed a friendly alien, it still freaked me out when I saw those fucking little beans circling fucking whatever the fuck his name is. What the fuck is his name?
No, Howard the Duck.
The duck?
You said he looks like him, or I said you thought he looked like them. I don't fucking
from
know.
Jaws? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Mr. Blue Eyes.
Damn, what the fuck
Yeah.
is his name?
Mr. Blue Eyes. Fuck Google.
Yeah,
No,
I'm not gonna
no,
look him up.
It's gonna be on tip of your
It's gonna
tongue,
be on
dick.
my tongue. That deal.
And
He was in,
Robert
Mr.
Baker. Say, pal. I gotta get here.
Mr. Holland's Opus. Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes.
That guy.
Dreyfuss.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy, and it was all friendly aliens all around me. Yeah, orgy.
Orgy.
Let's get this party started.
What orgy?
Well, a bunch of aliens around me.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what he says. That's how he welcomes his new visitor. Yeah, welcome to Earth. Orgy. Somebody's like, yeah, welcome to Earth. He's running with his. He's just completely naked. Somebody runs. He's just running past him. Orgy.
He goes into the spaceship, knocks on the door, like, yeah, I'm here for the gangbang. What movie that from? Old school. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm here for the gangbang. Fuck no, man.
Please don't tell me you use condoms.
Oh man. Damn. What was her name again? Dust till Dawn.
Selma Hayek?
No, from Dust Till Dawn.
Selma Hayek? Juliette Lewis?
Juliette Lewis, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm here for the gangbang. That's hilarious.
But
yeah, I mean,
she must be some Jim Dandy of a girl.
Well, we will see if Phoenix Forgotten meets my expectations. I don't think it will, but
yeah,
I don't think it will.
It already came out, didn't it? You said
it came out this past weekend. Just like the Forgotten, I thought it was pretty good, but it didn't meet my expectations either.
Oh, is that the one with what's her name?
Julianne Moore.
Yeah,
Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore. Yeah, that was weird.
What?
Like, it came out like 10 years ago or so.
It's called The Forgotten. It's about Julianne Moore's kid goes missing, and apparently he's abducted. And people once he gets abducted, everybody's like, "You never had a son," and she's like, "No, I had a fucking son."
Denied pretty much.
And everybody's like, "No, you never did." And I don't know. I forgot if it was one of those deals where when he got abducted, it went to another past, or people were like, it went back in time and where she didn't have a son, or people were just like, "No, you didn't have a son because the government's telling them to keep it quiet."
Yeah,
I think that might have been it. Actually.
It's something like that because basically she gets heavily invested in it, and she investigates it with herself and maybe somebody else, and they find out what's going on, and it's aliens, and they control and they take kids every now and then, and.
No, I think aliens are working with the government.
Well, and they're on bed with them, and it's kind of weird. Like towards the end, like
up.
Yeah, well,
the aliens are in bed with the government to take kids.
Hey, that's you thinking you, all right? That me saying it. That seems absolutely normal, not perverted. You and your fucking rap, so whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Just one scene like that. One alien at the end is like, you had to. A guy
stop
talking
looking,
to her, blah blah blah. Blah blah, and he just screams, or I don't know, he does something weird. It's kind of disturbing. Like you just have to stop. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
What's crazy is that when he did scream, it shows like the eye sockets kind of sinking in, and it shows like an actual the beady eye a little bit, and I'm like,
like revealing itself.
Who he was,
Reveal yourself.
Who it was, which That's kind of screwed to a certain extent because if you have the beady eyes, you're really wearing the suit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Fire in the Sky got it right. Whenever the gray aliens that you see that's portrayed by the media is actually a suit. It's not the actual.
Yeah, it's
itself.
not the actual. Yeah.
And Fire in the Sky got that shit right whenever he was opening up the back and it was actually a suit. And then he had Poompa come by.
You saw the joke. Inside jokes.
Fucking red alien,
Inside
dude.
jokes.
The red.
Sorry, folks.
I'm like,
You're not gonna get it.
If I'm not mistaken, the movie does end with the fucking him under the table and syrup just like dripping down.
No, that's not how it ends.
Honey on it.
No, that's not how it ends. But
That's how it goes.
Triggers
into
to
the
the
triggers
what's called,
of the last 10 minutes of the movie,
which is the most disturbing fucking part of the movie.
You see, I think it's a red, like just really just dragging him and being all hostile with them. Like, oh, we're going to.
Yeah.
Hit that reset button.
Get that.
I got to get by.
Hit that reset button.
Yeah. Damn.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't think I ever explained this.
No, you
to
never did. I was only assuming that the red was saying like Papa Red was saying that we need a.
With the reset button, that's where you go so damn deep that you hit the reset button and it fucks.
Yeah, you're just talking about in a tunnel with your car. Oh. Anyway, have you seen? Can we switch a comedic alien movies kind of way? No, but have you seen They Live though?
Who?
They Live.
They Live. No.
Fuck you. You haven't either, right?
I have. Well, not all of it, but most of
Rowdy
it.
Piper. Keith
Rowdy
David.
Piper, baby.
Fucking 10-minute fighting scene. It's fucking great. Put the glasses on. It's just once you think that mimic. I'm good at it. I'm gonna get a job doing that one day. Once you think the fight's over during this fight in the middle movie, it's not. You don't think it's over. Like it's fun. It just keeps going on and on, but it's great.
You think they'll stop fighting, but no.
Fucking Keith David's dirty khakis. It was like all pressed and beautiful. He's a hobo, but he paid him to have him dry clean and shit. And Rowdy Piper fucked it all up by the end. I mean, I can understand Keith David's character why he's so pissed off. Motherfuckers, my khakis.
No.
He doesn't say that in the movie, folks. But a man could wish. Man, that's what I wanted.
Fuck with the man khakis.
Yeah, man in khakis. That's what you got going on in a way, kind of, Ref.
Yeah,
but you never seen that movie, Jacob?
No,
I believe it's a John Carpenter film.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah, it's a dark comedy, but it's fucking great, and it has truth to it as well. It's satire, like
a lot
in a
of
sense.
subliminal messages.
Yeah, like what's
shit.
going on. They can
about
apply
aliens?
today. Yeah. It's basically he's a drifter. Roddy Piper's like a drifter
So
slash
like
hobo.
humanoids.
Okay, well, yeah, he like gets a job at a construction site and then meets Keith David. I don't know who Keith David is. He's done a lot of stuff, and the Navy commercials, that old school like Navy, like the narrator.
Yeah.
That guy. He's also in he's in a lot of movies.
He's not the State Farm guy, is he?
No, that's.
Did you ever see Record
Are you
for
thinking
Dream?
about Allstate?
Oh, I'll say.
That's not him. No.
Beer in here.
There we go again. No, he was doing flagellance problem. Okay, what's it called?
What's it called? Crash.
Yeah. And he's done. What's it called? The Stepfather and something about Mary.
Oh yeah.
I was just fucking with him. So anyway, they were. He meets Keith David. They work together in a construction site, and they're both hobos, drifters, where the fuck they are. And they there's like a fucking bum camp. I don't know what it is. They stumble. It's something like supporting. They feed them and this and that. And Roddy Piper's character stumbles upon like some glasses. I don't know if it was a box or just one set of sunglasses in an alleyway. He puts them on. Everything's black and white. But then when he looks on billboards, it's revealed. It's like it's simple. Like he sends subliminal messages. It'll show like an ad for like advertisements for like shopping or something like that. And it's just like it says buy clothes or keep or don't think or just shit like that. Like those glasses reveal what the advertising is. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, he starts to wear it and he starts to look at people, and certain people don't look like fucking people. They they look. It's funny. They have like a bluish or purplish type skin tone, but with like veins exposed. It's weird, but their hair and their teeth are exposed, and what they're wearing in their clothes, it's normal. But whatever skin that's exposed, regardless of what the sunglasses or not, like it shows what they're who they really are. In other words, aliens, and they they rule the world. They take over. They're the ones doing the subliminal messages and making everybody like a sheep or a slave. In other words, part is like consumerism, big time.
Yeah,
and it's funny too. It's hilarious. Like Rowdy Piper, especially that fight scene between him and Keith David. But I always wanted to add that on Vudu, but I can't remember if they had it. If they did have it, I don't think it's UV either. But it's a good movie though. It's fucking hilarious.
But so it's like more like a comedy kind of.
It's comedy, yeah. It's a dark comedy. It's not like frightening or anything like that. Right, but it's still good. It's a really good movie. Fucking Carpenter. You want what?
I want frightening. I want McPherson tape.
Well, then, good luck, buddy, because I can't help you there. You already established I'm a fucking pussy to that, all right? I don't want anything to do with that. And I know how I feel about that way, and you fuck with me all the time about that, you son of a bitch.
What is it, the McFarley tape?
McFarley Brothers, what?
The
McPherson tape?
Fuck you just heard it. You're just bullshitting.
Yeah, I know you're bullshitting, right?
But that's classic rap, though.
I remember
fucking butchering things within seconds. Still,
fucking put in alien interview on. Like Paul will be asleep.
Yeah,
and then
I'm scared to go to sleep tonight.
No, I won't do that to you now.
Fuck you. Yeah, that's what you said before. I'm not falling for that.
Hey, he'll be asleep, and then he'll like, "Hey, Paul." He wakes up with like a big ass alien head on the fucking TV or something.
Man, I wouldn't say something like on par with aliens or anything but fucking years ago. I think this is like in high school. Travis, friend Travis, who's. We're hanging out, and like I don't know, just we're in my room, and I think he saw some weird picture on the internet, and it freaked me the fuck out.
What kind of picture is it?
I don't know what it was. It was just some guy with I don't know. He looked weird. It was fucking disturbing, and like he kept like I don't know, like he found more pictures, or maybe he just kept looking at that picture. It's like, man, fucking. Turn that off or what? I don't know. It just,
get out.
It just freaked me out. It's like this is my room, my computer, and it just fucking freaked me out. Then like I don't know. I think it was like a Friday or Saturday night. We're just hanging out. And
recently?
No, this is like in high school. High school, yeah. And I fucking fell asleep, and he ended up taking off, and then my lights were on, and then my computer was still on, and this son of a bitch but he put it as a screensaver or the desktop picture. I was like, and I couldn't get rid. I was like, motherfucker, man, I was freaking out. I was trying to turn it off or change it, and I had to look at it while I was doing it, and it freaked me out. I was like, fucking asshole.
Oh man!
What to ask him about that? Like, I'm thinking he'll remember. I was fucking. I don't know how long ago. That was in high school. But the guy looked weird. I don't know what the fuck it was. He making some fucked up face or something. It was just disturbing. And now that I think of it, I almost feel like it was a dream, but I know it wasn't because I know it happened and it just freaked me out.
Awesome.
Fucking asshole.
Man.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, we all have our things. Just,
and what things would that be?
That'll be alien interview
Objects?
on his big screen when you go to sleep.
Oh man, that's even worse. That's the worst thing you do. Like that's a huge fucking screen
just like what
too.
you did the ones that we all crashed at Paul's house, and you fucking what was that? This is We Are Anvil. Fucking
dick on the
what's it called? What's his name? Crashed in your room, Eric.
Yeah,
Eric Sutherland and his girl at the time.
Yeah,
and you fucking walked into the room and you put it on the big screen. him showing
you
his
pause,
dick.
Right?
Yeah, he pushed pause. That way they woke up to it. It was great.
Fucking
man.
Lips McGee.
Come to think of it, didn't that computer have like a screensaver or something? Like,
there's no need to.
Wouldn't it like time out or something?
What?
Well, your computer wouldn't it like go to sleep at all?
Well, Actually, yeah. After a while,
Yeah, so they probably didn't see it. That sucks.
I could swear they did because he
they
said he woke up. They saw it.
Yeah, he did. Because I remember he woke.
Mission accomplished.
He mentioned it when he woke up.
Oh yeah. We are Anvil.
Fucking.
Well, I mean,
that's just as bad. Like, where was I at? Same thing. Just a lot of dick fucking showing with monitors with you, Jacob, because you did that to me too. We were just hanging out though. You're on my couch. I was laying in my bed in my room, and you're watching Eastern Promises. Like, you press pause, and you just shoved the monitor to my screen, to my the monitor to my face.
I was trying to do that recently at the house here. Like, I think last time you were asleep, I was about to buy Eastern Promises.
Do we have it?
No, we don't have it on Vudu. But
man, that's a great movie.
I was already looking it up on Vudu, and I was gonna buy it, and then Paul woke up like, I know what the fuck you're doing. Stop.
I heard you.
It's a great movie, man.
Fucking dick.
Yeah, man.
Fucking.
Yeah, well.
Monitors and dicks on them.
Yeah.
That's just good I mean, that's just fun.
That's just
that's wholesome family stuff.
Yeah, the good thing is too is the dick pics or whatever. They're like not.
Dick visuals.
They're actual from movies and stuff like that. They're not pornos. You're not looking up a porno to show
exactly,
dick.
Yeah, I'm not
looking perverted. It's just it's art.
It's art. Yeah, there you go.
It's from actual.
It's not smut. Yeah,
exactly.
It's art.
I don't know any other movies that show like full frontal on guys. That's the only thing I think of. Eastern Promises.
Fucking
promises.
fucking
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, there you go. I got a surprise for you.
Oh man,
fucking. That is about it, huh?
There's more.
What I could think of though. I mean,
any given Sunday.
There's plenty of that.
Plenty of black dick in there. The locker room, like they don't care. What's her name was in there, right? Save Out a Bill.
Yeah, fucking Elizabeth Berkley.
Whoa, striptease,
Showgirls.
Yeah, same shit.
No,
whatever. Fucking trying to ride off those two movies. I don't know which one came off first, but like the second one, whatever came second. I think that was Showgirls, wasn't it?
Showgirls.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, it was Striptease. So Showgirls is a loser one because they're like, oh, they made one, we're gonna make one too.
Yeah, Demi Moore. There was Striptease.
Oh my baby.
Yeah.
There's plenty of fucking dick full frontals with men. I just can't think of them right now.
This is great conversation.
Yeah.
Talking about them dicks.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. So them dicks.
What'd you do?
So how about them dicks?
So what'd you do Sunday? What? At 3:00 in the morning. Oh, we just talked about dicks.
Yep.
Exactly.
That people we listen to this. I suggest. Just when a random stranger or a strange father, the first thing you say to them, so how about them dicks?
Yeah.
It works every time. We do it.
It's a great conversation starter.
Yes, it is. It's not an icebreaker. It's just a great. I guess that is. It's a great way of showing who you are.
So yeah, next thing you do, you go to your local barista. Place and you just sit down to a random stranger and you just tell them, hey man, how about them dicks?
There you go.
Yeah, it's like everybody says, how about them Knicks, or whatever. How about them dicks?
How about how about the weather? How about this? How about blah blah blah?
No, that bullshit. Yeah,
how about them dicks?
And we thought about naming a bar that too. I remember when Jerry's like,
Don't stutter?
Yeah. And then it say we do it like in some random, just a figment in my imagination of just customers in the future. Hey man, where are you going? Oh no, I think I'm gonna go over here, but just meet me here later at Dem Dicks. I mean, just picture that, like somebody you randomly hear that, like that they're talking about my bar. them dicks.
Isn't there like a restaurant called Dick's?
It's called Dick's, but we're them dicks.
Oh, them.
Yeah,
a group.
huge difference, right?
Cluster.
It's a cluster of dicks.
Yeah, they're just dicks. Fuck them, man. We're them dicks.
You know, it could be a cluster.
Better.
What's that?
A cluster of pixels that make up an alien head of the alien
God
interview.
damn it, man.
I want to see this now.
We're a them. They're nothing. I knew that wasn't gonna work.
Oh man, yeah. Oh well, I'm glad we brought a little paranormal into this.
Oh yeah,
podcast. It was well overdue.
I need to get laid. So bad.
Well,
shut up.
Well, hopefully we get abducted today, and maybe
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll get
fuck,
laid, all
man!
right.
I can't turn it around like you keep rebound like over here. Everything I say, which I do applaud for you for it, but at the same time, fuck you. It's very contradicting.
An alien will lay you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh man!
And collect this data.
Fucking transfer. Fuck.
He's like, after he's done, he's like, did you collect the data? Oh, fuck. Well, we better go pick him up back again.
He's not gonna be happy.
Let's go pick up his friend, that son of a bitch, Raph.
Did you collect the data?
Oh, man. Well, it was good doing this podcast. Yes,
Yeah.
Last minute, but it was well overdue. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
we will be back soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes, and then with hopefully our shit together and whatnot, and yeah.
Yeah. No, it'll
Yeah.
be more uniform for sure.
Yeah,
But
we've always been
definitely.
saying that, but don't hope for that.
Yeah, don't hold us
Yeah.
to it.
No, I just
it's fair to say that we have a guy that's interested in helping us out by producing a little bit more and giving us a little bit more access to sound effects and all this stuff to make it a little bit more brighter.
but not cheap.
Not cheap. No.
I swear to God, if he goes cheap, I'm going to stab him.
No, if he goes
Yeah.
cheap, then
Yeah, I support it. When I say support it, I'll push your hand even further into his body.
I'll give him more
You have my support.
an alien interview picture. So.
Damn it,
Dude, it'd be great. It'd be great because tomorrow morning or in a couple more hours, we're gonna be like, dude, I had the craziest dream last night, man. It was like I got abducted or something because we're just about to go to sleep. And
Is that you talking or are you imitating somebody else?
no, I was imitating like someone that's hungover or.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good, because that better not be you.
But yeah. So
Yeah.
we will be back sooner than later for sure. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, most
Say
definitely.
your praise
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
I'm Jake.
I'm Paul. Yes.
And I'm Raph.
Hey man, we ended this podcast right when this movie ended.
Oh, no shit.
I didn't even know Robertson Mickens was in here. Or
You
doing this.
that's
Directed
him.
it?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
interesting. Well,
Yeah,
this is
Robert Robert Bacon. Roger Rabbit ended. Coincidence, the credits just rolled as soon as we're about
so
to.
I can only
roll.
assume that movie lasts an hour and 25 minutes.
I don't know. Whatever.
Alrighty. Well,
All right,
this
then.
is Gentleman No Class, and we'll
Yes.
catch you later.
Hey, it is.
Alrighty.